Hey guys, welcome back to Swatchfest. Thanks for being here. If you're new to my channel, it is Saturday, so that means that we are going to swatch 10 random polishes from my stash. I have a polish in every color of the rainbow for you today. That's kind of what I try to do. Sometimes I don't always have something in every spot, but I've decided that I'm just going to start pulling things from either behind me or over here in my Helmers that maybe we swatched like years ago, and we'll just swatch them again. In fact, that's what we're doing today for the glitter polish. I didn't have one here in my swatch bin, so we're looking at an old glitter polish, but it is a polish from 4 years ago? I'm not sure. 4 years ago, I think. So, yeah, I bet you hadn't thought about it in a while. And so that's going to be really fun to pull it out again, and chances are many of you are going to have it, and you can pull it out and swatch it with me or wear it this week if it inspires you. So, welcome you guys. How was your week? If you went back to school this week, how was your first week back at school? My kids are actually at the end of week. Well, it's kind of like a week and a half since they started on a Thursday. If you haven't started school yet, you're a lucky duck. If you're a parent of a kid who hasn't started school yet, I'm really sorry. I have to say I'm very happy my children are back in school. I just have one at home now, and I feel like I can get so much done. I got 4 videos uploaded on my channel this week. I'm starting to feel like myself again. Literally, I think it was just the summer. The summer put me in this funk where I really wasn't getting a lot done because, you know, we were doing a lot of stuff as a family. We were having a lot of family time. Everyone around means I don't have a lot of time to do my work, but that's okay. You know, that's what it's like being a stay-at-home mom. But, you know, with only one kid at home, I can get a little bit more done. So, very excited school is back in. Very excited that I had 4 videos up on my channel this week. So we had the indie haul. We had the 10,000 subscriber giveaway video that went up, what was that, on Thursday? And then yesterday we were looking at the Clarissa Carroll holographic nudes. Oh, those polishes are so gorgeous, you guys. Every single one is just calming and beautiful and awesome. Then today is Swatchfest. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this Swatchfest with our red polish. So if you guys follow me on Snapchat, you will know that I purchased a whole bunch more polishes from Kiko. If you remember last week, I swatched that yellow Kiko that I really didn't love that much. Anyway, here's another polish that I picked up in that sale, and this one is just from their regular line, and I have to say, I like it way better. I don't know if it's the the different parts of their line. This one's the regular one. The other one was the quick dry formula. This is number 363, and I'll put up here what the name of this polish actually is, not just the number. But this is beautiful. It's a deep, like, raspberry. It's not cranberry. It's too cool tone for cranberry, but it's really, really pretty. So anyway, I liked it better at 2 coats, but at 1 coat, it really is building up nicely, so I liked that a lot. Let's go ahead and swatch this baby. Okay, next up I have a Color Club polish, and you guys heard me talk to you last week about how these old Color Clubs are just bumming me out. I don't even know if these polishes are really, I mean, they're probably not 5 free, since that was really only a thing that started happening about 3 or 4 years ago, and these polishes are really quite a bit older than that. 5 free isn't really like a deal breaker for me, but I was just thinking about the other day because this formula is so different than their current one. It's just so runny. These brushes are so small. Not too fun to work with. This one, when I show you the close-up of the bottle shot, you'll see all the beautiful gold just running all throughout this polish. Just very shimmer from within kind of look that you guys know I love. But it doesn't translate super well to the nail. This is called Eye Popping Ping, by the way. Eye Popping Ping. Like they just took the last 4 letters of popping. I don't really know what that word is trying to be, but anyway, I thought I really liked this. I was putting it on, I had the first coat on, and I was like, okay, this is going to be thin, but I'm really going to like this color and the shimmer. And then it was weird. I let this dry for a while, like as long as I let all the other ones dry before I go in for the second coat. And then I went in for the second coat, and it would like build up, but then it would start to like take away the bottom layer. I just, I was not a fan of this. And I had high hopes when I put it on the first layer. I was like, ooh, this is a pretty one. And then the third coat did the same thing. I was like, okay, let's give this an appropriate amount of time to dry, and then it was just like moving the polish all over the place. So this one was a no for me. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna take a look at it anyway. Let me tell you really quick some things that is on my face. I have the Revlon Photo Ready foundation on. I used the Kat Von D shade in Light. I actually used a orange eyeshadow that's like a sunsetty color it's actually from one of Honor's Play Makeups. It's a real makeup, but I had given it to her because it has all these really bright shades, and I really love that orange one in there. So yeah, I dipped into some of that. And on my lips today, I have this awesome purple lippy. It's kind of patchy, so it doesn't get full marks because it's a little patchy, but I do think it's pretty. It's called 995 Violet Intrigue, and it's from Maybelline, and it looks like that. So yeah, I was wearing a purple shirt today, and I thought, well, you know what? I haven't worn purple lipstick in a while, so that is very comfortable to wear. Maybelline, I just love their lip products, and so that's what that is. I think I got this in a bargain bin. I think it was like $1, so pretty sweet. My friend Stacy brought me some goodies when she came down to visit me a few weeks ago, and she knows that I never have enough oranges and yellows for Swatchfest, so she brought me this orange. It's a very yellowy orange. I think it's actually a neon pigment in here that they started with. This is from the brand LynB Designs, and it says 5 free nail polish, and it's called Cosmic Orange. And this is a linear holographic. It's very delicately holographic though, because what happens is if you put the linear holographic, the product that you need to make a linear holographic is a very silvery product that's already liquefied. You can do holographic a lot of different ways, but one of the main ways to get that really strong linear holographic look is to use a liquefied silver linear holographic, and it turns the base. It really easily can turn a base silver. And when you mix it with something like a light orange, it's gonna turn to like a dirty silvered orange, which obviously is not, you know, what we're going for with something like this. So what you have to do then is pare back the holographic. And this is all just my guessing of what probably went on to make this polish. Attempting to make similar things like this myself. And so what happens is you lose the fluorescent, bright, creamy nature of this beautiful creamsicle orange if you add too much holographic. So there's a little bit of holographic in here, just running through here a little bit. Really, really pretty. This polish definitely needed 3 coats, and it was a quick drying formula. It dried kind of flat to matte, which is another thing that made me think that this was probably derivative of a neon pigment. And this polish was only okay for me. I felt like it was still a little bit too streaky at 3 coats. I'm very thankful to Stacy for letting me have it for Swatchfest. So let's go ahead and swatch it. I'm going to swatch you 3 coats of Cosmic Orange. Hope you guys don't mind when I'm kind of giving you like behind the scenes of what goes into making these polishes. Let's move on to yellow. So this is gorgeous. Sparkling gold, metallic. This is from Sinful Shine. This is from one of their 80s trend flashback collections that we didn't look at in entirety, so that's why it's showing up in here. We looked at Cranberry Craze from this collection last week, so here's the gold one. This is called Rule My World, and it's really, really pretty. It's nice and bright, very yellowy gold. Lots of times we see these, you know, kind of bronzy golds or antique looking gold. This one's really yellow. And initially, I didn't really love this polish that much because you do need 3 coats to build it up, but it kind of grew on me again as I wore it for this week and swatched it again. And so, yeah, I do like this. I like that it's very yellow versus a lot of the other golds that I've swatched lately and things like that. So anyway, this is Rule My World. Let's take a look. Okay guys, we haven't talked about TV in a little while, so I'm sure you can probably guess Game of Thrones is on. Loving it, loving this season. I can't wait to see if anything happens between Jon and Daenerys. If Game of Thrones is not your thing, sorry, we'll only talk about it for a little bit. I don't know, this season is so interesting because it's like the 2 different sides are coming together to have this big war, and then there's the White Walkers coming as well, and it's almost like, I can't decide. It's almost like the writers are thinking, well, maybe we'll have the sides stop warring so that they can battle against these other guys. But then that would be so weird if Cersei was gonna like give up or anything. Anyway, no spoilers because none of that stuff's actually happened. It's just things that I'm thinking about. And it would also be weird if Daenerys and Jon got together. If you've seen this show, then you know why. So that's kind of weirding me out too, but I think it's just a beautiful season. Everything looks so beautiful. Ooh, except for the episode with Sam Tarly. The episode where he's in the, not the monastery, whatever that place is called. Oh, that episode was horrible. Actually, everything that he's done so far in this season has been kind of horrible. But yes, loving Game of Thrones. So glad it's back. I look forward to it every single week. Also, Bachelor in Paradise is back. I always forget how much I love that show, and I know I'm a major cheese ball, but I actually, you guys know I love Bachelor and Bachelorette. I love Bachelor in Paradise more because you're not just having to see one person's different relationships with all these different people. You're getting to see relationships between a bunch of different, a bunch of different couples, which is just more enjoyable for me because you can get invested in different people's relationships, and it's not, it's much more of a, the situation's not typical to everyday life, but it's much more typical than one person dating a million people. I'm having a lot of fun. There's only been 2 episodes so far, but I'm just really enjoying it. The 2nd episode, they had a big wedding, and so that was so fun. So anyway, yes, that's the TV I've been watching lately. I can't wait for Last Man on Earth to come back. I think I still have like a couple months. The other show that I've been meaning to try out is a show called Ozark. If you've seen that show, let me know. Not any spoilers, but let me know what you think of it. The Defenders, Tim and I will probably try that out a little bit. And I watched all the episodes I could find of the recent season of Orphan Black, and it didn't really seem like it ended on the end of a season. So maybe there's more coming, I don't know, but that was kind of a weird ending if that was the end. So anyway, that's what I've been watching lately. Okay, we have 2 indie polishes here in the green and the blue spot. So one is a polish I picked up in May at the indie shop in LA, and this is from Ever After, and it's called Part of Your World. And as you can tell by the name of the brand, Ever After, they have a lot of fairy tale things throughout their collection. And so it's a beautiful kind of emerald with what looks like blue to purple shimmer. It also has flakies in there that go from purple to green. It might be blue as well. This is really pretty. So this looks lovely in 2 coats. And I added top coat because that really does help indie polishes out a lot. So yeah, really, really enjoy this one. The next polish we're going to look at is another indie polish, this time from Glisten and Glow. This is a blue. And this polish came from the July Hollow Hookup. I actually didn't end up getting the August one, unfortunately. I wanted to, but I've just been trying to kind of pare back a little bit to kind of help me catch up because I've just been feeling really behind. So you guys know I've been loving me some Hollow Hookup, but that's why we're not looking at it in August because I didn't purchase it. But this is called Trunk Bay, and this is, like I said, from Glisten and Glow. It's just a really beautiful light blue linear hollow with, it looks like micro hollow glitters in there, maybe some shimmer. I'm not exactly sure, but let's go ahead and see how it swatches. It's pretty good in 2 to 3 coats. I'm going to show you 3 though. Okay, so for the subscriber question, I'm going over the questions that were in Swatchfest, and overwhelmingly the most asked question is whether the Solar Eclipse Duo, specifically Totality, will be restocked. I am so conflicted over this, you guys, because so many of you have asked me this question. It was limited edition because I wanted to go ahead and release it and then move right back into my September collections, and I'm just getting ready to release that. And I felt like if I spent too long on the Solar Eclipse Duo that I wouldn't be able to give my full attention to the September polishes, which are just getting ready to come out in a couple weeks. So that's why I made it a limited edition. It did sell out in just a couple days, and I'm sorry if that was super frustrating. Ooh, I'm so conflicted, you guys. This is the kind of person that I am. I'm a little bit of a pushover and I'm a people pleaser. If you guys want me to, I will re-release those polishes. I do need to purchase the components again because I only purchased the amount that I was going to be using to make the polishes that I made for that release. But if you want me to, if you're super nice, I'll make them again. So, yeah. That was just a split-second decision that I made here while looking at everybody asking about those polishes. So if you have emailed me or instant messaged me or, you know, anywhere you've asked me on Facebook and I have told you no, I will not be restocking, I guess I will go ahead and restock them. So I don't know how soon they will be up. I will post both on Instagram and on my Facebook for Moonshine Manny. If you go to Facebook and search Moonshine Manny, it'll come up. And you can follow that page, and that will always, you know, help you know when things are happening. But if you're really, really interested in those polishes and you don't want to miss out, I will post before it happens, and we'll get those polishes up on the website again. I never want to frustrate you guys with putting out something and then being like, oh, you know, only 10 of you can have this polish, which I did make more than 10, but what I'm trying to say is I don't want to be frustrating because I feel like that's frustrating sometimes when brands do that and they make something so exclusive. So we will have another restock. I don't know if it'll happen, you know, necessarily this week, or maybe at the same time as when the fall collection comes out, but we'll go ahead and do that. So thanks, you guys. I do always love your input. Thanks for everybody who's been interested in it. Thank you guys for making that pretty much my most successful launch since my Christmas launch was the Solar Eclipse Duo. Thank you to Stacy and my dad for the awesome idea in the first place. But yeah, you guys really loved that duo, and I'm really happy about it. Make sure you're following Moonshine Manny's Instagram. The username is just Moonshine Manny, so that you know when the restock is happening, and then Facebook as well. So that is our subscriber question of the day. Yeah, and like I said, I do appreciate you guys' input, and so, you know, let me know if there's something you want, a collection you want to see, some of Moonshine Manny that you want to see made. let me know, because I do pay attention to things that you guys are telling me. Alright, so let's move on to purple. This polish was nearly my A+, but the brush was so frustrating that it kind of took it down a few notches. So this is from Essie, and this is an older polish, I'm guessing, because the brush is even thinner than how they have it now, and even just more difficult to work with. So this is called Sexy Divide. Ooh. Sexy Divide, is it mesmerizing you yet? This is really beautiful. It's just like a plum luster polish. And at the first coat, and especially with the brush, I was like, ooh, this polish is not good. And then I got the second coat on and I was in love. I was in love with it. It looks so beautiful. So, I mean, it's definitely not something it's not like, I've never seen this color before, but it was just so beautiful and so glossy and lovely. So, let's go ahead and swatch Sexy Divide. You will see that this brush is super frustrating, but the color is so good. I picked this up at Marshall's. So this next polish is from Zoya, and this is Flynn, F-L-Y-N-N, and this is just a beautiful, warm, almost caramel color. It's like it's a muted caramel. It's not quite so intense. And this is pretty, but this is another older polish. I can tell because the brush is so thin. Very frustrating. Zoya's brush still isn't really, I wouldn't call it on the plump side at all. It's still a little bit on the thin side, but this is like incredibly thin. This and the Essie brush were just trying to spoil my swatch fest this week. The color's really pretty. I did 3 coats. On the live application I stopped at 2, but in the picture I did 3. Just because I felt like it needed it a little bit more, especially because that brush just made it so I felt like it was a little bit streaky. But it is a really nice nude, so yeah, let's see how Flynn swatches. Can you guys believe this hair? I curled this about a half an hour ago. This is why I don't curl my hair for my videos, you guys, I'm telling you. I like how it looks too when my hair is curly. I like it either like really straight. I really like to wear my hair straight, as you can tell from my videos, or I like it curly, but it's just, it has zero staying power, and it's not humid here at all. I'm just like, I'm looking at the viewfinder as we're going along in this video thinking, wow, my hair has no curl left in it. So anyway, it's take a long time curling my hair, and I know, and I hold my curls in for a long time too. It's not very healthy. When you watch people's YouTube tutorials and they're like, they hold it for like 8 or 10 seconds and they let it go. I'm like 40 seconds, then you have to hairspray it, although I have to admit today I didn't hairspray it because I guess I left my hairspray at the reunion this summer. I guess the day when I was taking pictures I probably hairsprayed the crap out of my hair. Normally I add a little bit of hairspray, but still it falls out. And I mean, I haven't even been running my fingers through my hair as you see me doing right now. Anyway, yeah, and then I hold my curl. Like when it's hot, I hold it there for a while till it starts to cool down so that it holds the curl even better. Anyway, so guess what's happening on Monday, you guys? My little baby is turning 13. I'm about to have a teenager, and I think that I am about to have a midlife crisis. Honestly, this birthday wasn't hard. I like 34. 34 is fun. Like I said, it's an even number. I'm like totally cool with 34. 30 was a little bit rough for me. Even like 30, 31, 32, 33. They were all kind of rough. 34, I'm like feeling 34 for some reason. But having my baby be a teenager is really difficult for me, really, really difficult. So I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. Pretty soon he's gonna be into girls, and then he's gonna have a girlfriend, and then it is so hard to explain this emotion that comes over you when you're little tiny. He's my man, you know what I mean? Like, he's my man. When I was a single mom, I did have Salem and Lincoln, but like Salem was my man, you know? And he helped me with Lincoln. He helps me with Lincoln to this day, but you know, he was like just there for me and Lincoln, even as a 5-year-old. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain. Single moms, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? So anyway, it's not like he's going off to college, but oh my goodness, you guys, when we get to that day, I feel like I'm gonna be one of those moms where the kid is like, I just want to stay in the basement for another year, and I'm gonna be like, yay! That's horrible, because I need to encourage him to go off on his life, but not yet, not at 13. So anyway, he's turning 13 on Monday, and he was my little birthday present 13 years ago. I'm very excited for him and his birthday, and he's my dude. He's such an awesome guy, such an awesome, great kid. Helps me with Lincoln so well, never complaining. So alright guys, so let's move on to my last 2 polishes. So I referred to a glitter that I'm bringing back. It's like a throwback glitter moment, and this, you guys know what this is before I even tell you? Let me know in the comments if you already knew. I'll give you 5 more seconds, 5 more seconds. I feel like I should be doing the hula. Okay, didn't mean to offend anybody who actually knows how to hula. Sorry, that was just my weak interpretation. This is Electrify from China Glaze. This is from the Hunger Games collection. Do you guys remember? That was a while. That was like the last China Glaze collection that I didn't pick up in entirety before I started purchasing every collection for my channel. That was the last one that I was like, oh yeah, I don't need to get the whole thing. But anyway, so this is Electrify. It's a beautiful, I wouldn't call this a full coverage glitter. You could, of course, get this full coverage if you did the sponge on method. It is, they're just small glitters, all of the same size. And it's an orange and a gold. It's in a clear base, and I put this over the pink Color Club we saw before, but I also put this over Flynn, the neutral from Zoya, and I just, ooh, it was so good. Loved it. So if you haven't pulled this one out in a while, this would be a great one to pull out for Halloween and for fall. So this is Electrify. Alright, so last up I have a polish for you from Rimmel. This is a Rimmel 60-second polish in this little bottle with Rita Ora. I couldn't think of her name. Good thing she has this little picture signed right here. It was a collab with Rita Ora, and this is called Rita Rouge number 313. This is just an incredibly beautiful, dark, like brown blood red. It looks like brown here in the bottle because it's so, so dark. Oh, you guys, on the nails when this dries, 2 to 3 coats. I have to admit, when I swatched this, one swatch I got it good in 2 coats, another one I needed 3. I think it just depended on, like, you know, how good I was at the swatching application, how on point I was. But it is so beautiful, and I don't have a color like this in my fall collection coming out, so I'm just going to wear the heck out of this one to complement the shades that are coming out soon. And it's just a jelly kind of formula, deep, deep, deep red. So, love it. Let's take a look. Alright you guys, so that is Swatchfest. Thanks for coming to hang out with me today. Reviews coming up this next week. Okay, well, I can't promise what order these are going to come in, but we are going to be looking at the new Buffy the Vampire Slayer collection from Glam Polish. What? Buffy the Vampire Slayers, or should I just say Buffy? Fans unite. They have a beautiful collection of kind of quirky shades coming out in September. So those are going to be coming up soon. We're going to be looking at the Julie G Bohemian collection. I know you guys asked and I went ahead and picked it up. I wasn't going to, but I am so glad I did. I don't want to give any spoilers, but I'm real glad I picked it up. So we also have the Sally Hansen Crayola collection to look at. And then furthermore, we have collections from Virago Varnish, Polished for Days, Painted Polish, and Lavish Polish. Those are going to fit in sometime soon as well. So lots of things to look forward to, and then of course Essie Fall and Trying to Glaze Halloween. So exciting! That's gonna be it, you guys, today. Leave me a comment, let me know down below what your A+ polish of the week was. Enter the giveaway. You can leave me a question for me to answer for next week's subscriber question. I love you guys so much. Thank you for spending some time with me today. I am so blessed to call you my friends. I will see you back for the next video. Take care and have a good and safe weekend. Bye. Mwah.